everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Jenna and my channel is Queen of Diamonds. Today I'm here with a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress and chat means we're just going to chat for a little while. I'll catch you up on what's going on in my neck of the woods and let you know my thoughts about this project that I'm working on. So while we're chatting, my work in progress is going to be this diamond painting. This is so beautiful. The title of this diamond painting is Albino Mermaid. I did an unboxing of this not too long ago on my channel. The artist is Kikowah and it came from Munimade. So I did a Munimade diamond painting last month and I had such a good experience I couldn't wait to try another Munimade. So I busted this one out because she's gorgeous and I was really in the mood for some pastels. So that is the project I'll be working on. This diamond painting is a 60 by 60 centimeter. It is a square drill kit. That means the diamonds I am placing are square versus round. And look how nice and snug those all fit together. I love doing Munimade diamond paintings. It's one of my new favorite shops. Okay, and we have 51 colors and there are 5 ABs. Yeah, 5 ABs. Let me show you the original artwork. She's so gorgeous. Okay. This is the original artwork. Isn't she stunning? She's so pretty, and all the pink. My favorite color is pink, for those of you who may not know, so she's just gorgeous. The kit that I'll be using for today's diamond painting, this is from Munimade also. Basically, everything I'm using, except for some of the accessories, is Munimade. So this kit came from, like I said, Munimade, and I really do love this kit because I like the bottles. The bottles hold a lot of drills. I've used this on some other diamond paintings, and I'm really impressed with how many drills I can get in these bottles. And I really like they're sturdy, and I like the quality of the materials. Very nice. And they fit nice and snug in there, so I don't have to worry about them jostling around when I move the case. And then these are just some of the accessories that I'm not using today that I've got tucked in there. Now, Munimade sends the drills in these plastic Ziploc bags, which is really nice for kitting up. In fact, you don't even have to kit up if you prefer to just work out of the Ziploc bags. I'm a little too klutzy, so working out of the Ziploc bags doesn't really work for me. I have a tendency to have a lot of spills when I do it that way, so these drills are the ones that wouldn't fit into the bottles. So I have the refills and I'm gonna put them right in here. And I keep the empty bags so that when I kit down, I can put the drills back in here and store them, and they already have the DMC number on them. Now I store them in case I run out of colors on another diamond painting and I might have the color with leftover drills. That's why I store them. Okay, so we'll put all this stuff away for now and I'll show you the accessories we'll be using today. So, the accessories, I just started this diamond painting last night. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. It's so fun to work on. Okay, the accessories we'll be using today, this trinket tray. You guys, I have an official trinket tray. I'm so excited. The thrift store soap dish is no longer my trinket tray. Sad, but we move on. So isn't it beautiful? This came from a friend of mine that I have made named Wendy, and I will put her Facebook information in the description box of the video. She sells these from Facebook. She doesn't have a small shop. So if you are interested, like I said, that information will be in the description box. All of the accessories will have links to where you can find them if you're interested, as well as Munimade. So this is my trinket tray. I think it is beautiful. I love the marble on the back. Isn't it pretty? So that's my first official trinket tray. All right, our next accessory that we'll be using, I have a couple of new things, you guys. So this is new and this pen is new. This is from Bistro Exclusives and I just got this. I haven't even used it yet. So this is, the design is called Diva, I believe. Isn't it pretty? I took it out earlier today and I think it is so gorgeous and I really like the way it feels. Now, like I said, I haven't used it yet, but it feels really good when I've kind of just put it in my hand. And I love that it comes in this velvet pouch. I think that's really cool. So we're going to be using that. And then the tray we're using is not a Munimade tray, actually, because I left my Munimade tray at my mom and dad's, and I kind of like this tray for this kit because it's pink. So this is from Yellow Dog Designs, and it is called Blossom Pink Silk. And this lid is a pour lid instead of a full coverage lid, and I just wanted to try the pour lid for a change. I really like it, actually. It is designed to help you so your drills are not spilling out when you pour them back into the bottles or Ziploc bags. So that is the point of that. And then we've got a nice stopper in here. I think the yellow dog trays are just gorgeous. Look at that design on the back. So pretty. And then the washi tape we're using is from Munimade. So this is the washi tape that came in the premium toolkit upgrade, and that's how I acquired a tray for this diamond painting. So this came with the kit, and I put a backup washi in here because it doesn't look like there's really that much washi on here, and it's a good sized kit, so I wanted to have some backup washi. I ordered this from Munimade as well. In her accessories category, she has different designs of washi tape, and the cool thing about her washi tape is it is legally licensed artwork, so the artist is getting compensated for the artwork and for the artwork being used on the washi. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. So this is by Sketch, and it's called Under the Sea. So that is my other washi tape that I'm using. Now, I really like the quality of Munimade washi tape because I used a Munimade washi tape with my last kit that I did in July, and very good quality washi tape. So that's working out very well right now. And then the tweezers I'm using today are from Munimade as well. So we'll put those right there. Then we've got our putty for today is from Enchanted Succulant, and this works really well in my house because it's a little bit of a harder consistency. I'll show you how I load it into the pen, but it works really well in my house with the heat and the swamp cooler. So that's why I chose the Enchanted Succulant. The scent of this is unicorn poop. Go figure. I think that's funny. And then the wax we'll be using, this is really cool. So this wax container is from Yellow Dog Designs as well. They make these wax containers specifically for Dream Wax Studio wax bricks. Isn't that cool? So these containers just fit this wax right inside. I'll show you when I go to put the wax in my pen. I think that's very awesome. So I wanted to use this because simply it matches the tray, and the overall vibe of the kit is pink anyway. And then our last little accessory is the cover minder from Galloways Gallery. Isn't that pretty? Pink flowers for this pink floral kit. Well, it's not really floral, but it is. It has a lot of flowers in it. All right, so let's get started then, and I think that covers everything. Yeah. All right, I'm going to move all of this stuff out of the way, and we'll load up the pen. And put a multi-placer on the pen as well. Okay. I just gotta get in the groove here. I haven't diamond painted all day, which is really weird. Work was extremely busy today, and I watched the Olympics with my aunt, and we were really into that, so I didn't even diamond paint. I was just, yeah, it was a good day. We had fun watching it together. She was really talkative about the Olympics today, and it was fun. She was in a really good mood. Okay, I'm gonna put this away and bring this out, and I think that's it. We'll just load up the pen. I already put a metal multi-placer on this end of the pen just to save a little bit of time. If you would like further instruction on how to make your multi-placer fit into the pen, because most of the time it won't fit, it'll be really loose, please visit one of my previous WIP and chats because I go into more detail on how to get that in there. All right, so let's put our putty and wax into our pen. So we'll start with the putty. I like to use putty in the multi-placer and wax in the single placer. You can do it however you like. A lot of people use putty in both or wax in both, and that works out fine. I prefer this method. So let me find some tweezers to use to get this wax out of here, because the sharp ones I don't like using for this part. So Enchanted Succulant putty is different than normal putty because you have to, it's a little harder. It's not your normal putty. So you don't stab your pen into like a pad of putty. So instead, what you want to do, I think I've got too much here. What you want to do is roll it like this in your fingers or however you'd like. and then you're going to put it into the pen. So you want to kind of push it in because you're trying to fill up this well with putty. And I thought that I had too much, but actually this might be just right. And then if it's still coming out a little bit like that, you want to cut that off. So I'm just going to kind of move it around on the table like a cookie cutter in dough. You're just trying to cut that off. And then what I'll do, that did not work very well. Then what I'll do is just scrape the excess with my fingernail, like so. And press it down again, make sure it's in there really good. Make sure the sides are cleaned up. Okay, it's ready to go. We gotta put wax in now. So, wax from Dream Wax Studio is a little soft, so you don't need to scrape very hard. You just scrape lightly, like that. And I try to get all of the sides, so I kind of turn the pen while I'm doing that. And then I press it down with my fingertip to get it in there really good. And I can usually tell if I need more. Now you want to be careful to not overload the wax into your pen, or it'll squish out around the sides when you place your drills. So you just want it to be on that tip, like that. And it looks pretty good. I'm going to use a sacrificial drill as my first drill to press down on, just because I don't like the wax residue to be on the drills that I put on my canvas. So I'm just going to press down for the initial time like I would if I were just picking up a drill, and that will leave the waxy residue on the garbage drill. You can kind of see a waxy residue instead of on the nice drills that you're putting onto your diamond painting. All right, we're ready to go. So let me get our section up here and the light board, and we'll get started. Okay, I have to move my light board for just a moment because we need to cut into this section. It just dawned on me that I haven't cut into it, and I don't like to cut on my light board just in case I press too hard and the blade goes through the canvas, which you don't want, but it has happened to me before, and I don't want that to be on my, there's a little speck of something right there. I don't want that to be on my my light board because I don't want to cut up my light board. All right, so this is the section that we are going to be working on, and I did 6 sections on this row of 10 centimeters each because it is a 60 by 60, so it made it really easy to measure it. This section is a little bit awkward with my camera and the light pad and everything because it is in the middle, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm just going to cut this section right here along the washi tape, and then it will be able to peel back. So you want to press hard enough to get through the plastic, but not hard enough that you damage the canvas. So it's kind of a balance. So here I have got the plastic cut. Now Munimade's plastic is a really good quality plastic. It is a little bit thicker. I prefer the thicker plastic myself. So you do have to press down hard enough to cut through that plastic. But like I said, you don't want to press too hard or you can damage your canvas. But in this case, we did not. So, all right, this will fold back now very easily. And I'm going to go ahead and crease it while it's not on the light pad. Like that, and then we'll get the cover minder to hold that back. But for now, I'm just gonna pull this like that. All right, we're going to get started. So how I like to work is, sorry, that drill is popping. How I like to work is start with the symbol down here, and I just work my way from right to left. So whatever symbol I come across is the next one I'm going to do. So the first one we are going to be starting with is this one. What a pretty pink. This has so many beautiful colors in it. I love the pastels. There's a reason I chose to do Albino Mermaid. So I am working on Beachcomber's Bounty, and I usually like to have kind of one diamond painting in the works and then one that is kind of the opposite so that I don't get burned out. So for example, Beachcomber's Bounty is a square diamond painting, and it has a lot of bright colors, and it's really very pretty. I'm loving it. I got the enhancement pack for it, and it's been a really fun project. So what I would normally do is pick a round drill kit that doesn't have the bold colors. And that's kind of what I like to do because I usually have 2 WIPs going on at once, one at home and one at work. So I try to keep them different so that I'm not getting burned out. But I really wanted to work on a pastel kit at home since the Beachcomber's Bounty has bright colors in it. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, well, Beachcomber's Bounty is square, Albino Mermaid square. I don't want to get burned out on squares. But I think what I'll do is, since I'm not in a rush, I'm probably not going to finish Albino Mermaid this month. So what I'll probably do is, my small shop for the month of August is Enabler's Outpost, and I'm using their sample kit. So basically the diamond paintings that I have from Enabler's Outpost are small, very small. And I'll be doing one of those. I'm going to probably do the round one, which there's only one that's round. I believe it's Kikowah Bear. And that'll be a nice break from the squares. And then I also want to do, because I've only usually done one new to me shop a month, but because the Enabler's Outpost diamond painting is really small, because it's that sample size, what I might do, I'm toying with the idea of starting another new to me shop for August and making 2 new to me shops this month. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. So we'll see. But the other new to me shop has a smaller snack size diamond painting as well. So I also have another project with round drills that I could do. So I'm just thinking about options, but I will definitely do some snack sizes in between. I finished a round drill kit over the weekend. Sunday night I finished it, and so it's a round drill and it was a smaller one. So I'm going to be doing a post review of that. I finished it in 3 days. It's crazy. So let me tell you what's been going on this past week in my life. So on Wednesday of last week, the girls and I went with their dad to Deadpool and Wolverine, and that was really fun. So without going into too much detail about the situation with my ex-husband, he is not the father to my oldest, who is 22. Her dad lives in Indiana, and we don't get to see him very often, sadly. Now, Allison and Sydney, my 18 and 15-year-old, have the same dad, and we see him often because he lives local. And he and I have gone the rounds with each other. We used to not be able to stand each other at pickups and deliveries. We couldn't even speak to each other legally because we had gone through so much in court, and it was just a mess. And so there was a time that we did not get along at all, which is sad to me now, because looking back on it, I wish my girls would have experienced us getting along sooner, because we went to the movie. We've gone out a few times with the girls. He's even invited Kennedy because, you know, he was her stepdad for a big chunk of her life. And so he invited her to come out a few times, I think 2 or 3 times. And that's been fun. She had a really good time doing that. And whenever we take the girls, we always have a really good time. And the situation between us is really good now. It's taken a long time to get to this point, and I understand that not everybody can be at the point we're at now. We're very lucky, and I understand that. But there was a time that I never thought this day would even exist, of us getting along so well that we take the girls to dinner and a movie. I would never have thought that. But the situation now is so comfortable between us that I called him on Christmas Eve and I said, look, I have a spare bedroom at my house. Why don't you come and spend Christmas Eve with us so you're not alone without your kids, and you can use that spare bedroom. And he declined because he had family in from out of town, but he thought that was really cool that I would offer that, and he thanked me. And that's the type of relationship we have. I really would have loved for him to come. And it's not because there's any romantic involvement. It's just that we get along so well that there is no awkwardness. Like I said, there used to be. But we've gone through a lot of family counseling with the girls. We've gone through some co-parenting classes, and it's just gotten a lot better. A lot of it's been by choice. We just decided to let bygones be bygones and try to get along for the sake of our girls, because raising teenagers is not easy. It's very hard. and doing it alone is really hard. So it's nice to me that I have somebody that can back me up and that I can rely on. And even though we aren't married and our marriage didn't work out, we can still get along for the sake of the girls. And they love it. They were so thrilled when the girls and I were planning to go see Wolverine and Deadpool. We wanted to go on opening night, and they said, well, my dad really wants to go. And I'm like, well, let's all go. Let's just all go. Let's make it a group effort. Kennedy, my 22-year-old, was invited, but she does not like any kind of, well, she doesn't like going to movies, for one, but she also doesn't like any kind of Marvel-related show. And even though this was like a Marvel 18 and older type Marvel movie, because it is related to Marvel, she just didn't, it's not something she was interested in at all. But I will tell you guys, the movie was amazing. I loved it. It was such a good show, and we all really enjoyed it. I did not know what to expect, because I've never watched a Deadpool movie before, and I have friends who have told me that there's a lot of sarcasm, and that you could be offended by some of the stuff that goes on. But with that in mind, I just went into it with a really open mind, and we had a great time. It was such a good show. So if that's something you're interested in, you'll have to let me know what your thoughts are after you see it. I loved it. And then, so that was fun. And other than that, we didn't do a whole lot. Work has been good. My aunt has been watching the Olympics. I sat and watched it with her today. I didn't diamond paint at all. Because she was in such a good mood, and I tried to get her to do some other activities with me, and she wouldn't do anything. She kept saying, I just want to watch the Olympics. So I finally said, okay. And so I sat with her, and it was really fun. I love spending time with her. One of these days I will do a whip and chat and talk about her story, because it is an amazing story, and she is truly an inspiration to me. She's always been part of the family, anything we did included my aunt, always. So it's like having a sibling. I got too many on that. More than aunt. She's really like a sister, and spending time with her, just sitting and spending time with her there, was so nice today. So that was fun, and it's cute because she was watching the women's swimming the other day, and I heard her start cheering for the U.S., and it was cute. Sorry for those of you who are not in the U.S., but you know how it goes. So that was fun, and today we were watching women's volleyball. So, and then it kept going over to the basketball, which I love basketball, so it was fine with me. My aunt, not so much. Every time it would cut over to basketball, she said, let's go back to the volleyball. She's so funny. So it was nice to spend some quality time with her. My mom and dad were gone for the day, so it was just the two of us over there, and we had fun. So the girls are doing really well. We're getting geared up for school to be back in session, which I don't know how I feel about that, but that's another topic for another time. I talked about it in my last whip and chat. Kennedy is working like crazy. She actually got a raise / promotion, and I'm sorry, Ken, if I'm not supposed to talk about that. She's kind of funny about me talking about her. All of my girls are, so I got to be careful what I say to my channel as well as my friends and stuff. She just wants to maintain some privacy from my life a little bit, and that's fine. So she is doing really well, working like crazy, and I'm very happy for her. She loves it. She works at a physical therapy office, and she's just a little working bee, and I'm so proud that she's taking on more responsibility and got this raise or promotion. And then Allison is getting ready for college to start next week. She had a forced summer hiatus because she finished her course quickly, and the next course didn't start up until next week. So she was kind of on break, but she's very ready to get back to it. So that's fun. She's really motivated, which is great. I'm happy to see her so driven. And then Sydney has just been enjoying the last bit of summer. She is getting her permit this week. Yes, scary. I know. It's my youngest, and I'm very, she's my baby. I'm very protective of her. My girls, my older girls, tell me that I play favorites with her all the time, and it's truly not, it's just not so. I'm just protective, that's all. I don't have a favorite. I love all my girls equally, and I'm sure they know that. I'm sure they're just kidding, but sometimes it bothers me that they think that. I'm just really protective of Sydney. We call her Squid. She is my baby and my buddy. You know, I've been through a lot with her, and she's my sweetheart. I try to keep her as innocent as possible. So I'm probably overbearing, but that's just how it is. I've just accepted it. And yeah, so then we have my aunt's doing really well. Like I said, work was good. Updates on what is going on in my life. Let's see. So tomorrow night I'm going to a concert with Kennedy, and that's going to be really fun. We're going to see Japanese House, my favorite group. She bought me tickets for Mother's Day, and it's finally here. I'm so excited. So we are going to that tomorrow night, and it'll be good for us to spend some time together because we really haven't seen much of each other the last few days, or last couple weeks. She went to Las Vegas actually with some of her friends, so I haven't seen her for long at all. I haven't seen her since she got back. So I need to spend some time with her tomorrow and catch up with her. That'll be really nice. And then, I wanted to mention, so I've had a couple of people ask me how I display paint gem kits once they're completed. So the answer is pretty simple. I don't have any on display yet. What I'm doing is my aunt, I did the bird edition for my aunt, and my mom and I have been debating whether or not to dry mount each little canvas or collage them on like a board is what she's wanting to do. She showed me some Pinterest ideas on how she wanted to frame them for my aunt's room, but I really like my idea better. And my idea is to dry mount them each on individual canvases and put them around the top of her room like a border. I think that would be really cool, and I think my mom's kind of considering it because she keeps going back and forth about it. So we're trying to figure that out. But I want to try the dry mounting because of the cocktail editions I did for my kitchen, and I really want to display those in my kitchen. So if the dry mounting does not work out very well and I don't like the way they look dry mounted individually, then what I'll do, and I'll do a video about the dry mounting if you have questions about what that means. So if I don't like the way that looks, then I'm just going to frame mine. I'm just going to find some frames somewhere and frame them and put them around, like I'm talking about doing for my aunt's room, around the border of my kitchen. So that's my plan with the cocktails edition. I will, however, put a picture of what my daughter Sydney did in her room. Now keep in mind, she's a teenager, and the way she did it is not the way I would have wanted to do it, but it is a way that you can display them. She has a wall collage on her wall. You can do it a lot more creatively than Sydney has done it. No offense, Sydney, if you're watching. I just think that Sydney was in a hurry and just wanted to get them up on our wall. So she has completed 2 kits so far this summer. That's really what she has been going like crazy on, the paint gem kits, which is great. I love that she's doing that. She has finished the insect edition and the tiles edition. She is now working on the museum edition, and she's already picked out what she wants next, which will probably be the mushrooms, she's saying. So yeah, that's what she's been putting a lot of time. Once school starts, I don't know how much time she'll have to do another one, but she's done a lot this summer with her paint gems. My other girls, Kennedy has finished one and is on her second kit, and I'm waiting for Allie to finish her plants so that we can do a review with the girls. Since we unboxed them on the channel, I thought it would be fun to do a review. So we're trying to figure that out. But other than that, I don't have a lot going on this week. Oh, I wanted to tell you, if Japanese House is something that you're interested in, so they are my favorite band. I love her. And I'll tell you some of her songs if you're interested in looking her up. I really like her music. It's different. And when my girls were first showing me her music, it was like an instant I fell in love. And I feel every song of hers. Like every song has some kind of meaning to me about my life. So I'll just tell you some of the ones that I really love that are on my frequently played list on my phone. Spot Dog is one of my very favorites. I love Boyhood. And I Saw You in a Dream is really good. You Seem So Happy, or You Seem Happy. I think it's You Seem So Happy. I'm trying to remember. You Seemed So Happy, I think is what it's called. There's a lot of them. I really can't, if I had to pick a favorite, I would probably say Boyhood is my favorite, but Spot Dog is a close second. So anyway, I really like Japanese house, and it's not for everybody, but if you're interested, take a gander. I think they're pretty good. So tomorrow night will be fun, and then after that, I don't really have a lot going on. We're doing a summer cleaning of our house, so our house is just so hot, it's hard to do that, but we're doing it. And then that'll probably be most of our weekend this weekend, which is good. I've been reading a lot. I've been reading Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino. That's a really good book. If you like the Disney villain type books, there is a series that she's made. I talked about it more in depth in my last WIP and Chat. So if you're interested in that, please check out my previous, it was WIP and Chat number 3, where I went into more detail about those books. So I'm on Mother Knows Best, which is about the middle of what has been released so far. So I've got to order the next book, which is The Odd Sisters. I don't have that one yet. So I've got to hurry and get it because I'm breezing through Mother Knows Best. Sydney is going to start reading to me as if she's an audiobook. She's such a good reader. We did it in the spring, right before school got out, and then we haven't done it this summer, but we read Family of Liars and We Are Liars. It's a 2-book series. So good. And Sydney read it so well. So I was like addicted to that book. Every night I couldn't wait for us to have our reading time. And I'm hoping the next book is similar. She selected it. It's called One Big Happy Family. Sorry for bumping. And I don't know anything about it. We're supposed to start that sometime this week. And I haven't looked at the synopsis. The author is Jamie Day is the author of that one. So those are the 2 books that I'm reading. I've been listening to, on YouTube, I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. I've been watching other creators. I love watching post reviews. There's been a lot of month-in reviews going on right now, and any type of post review, really, I love watching. I become friends with Heather from Diamonds and Dragonflies. I want to give a shout out to her because she has become like a mentor to me. And she's really been helping me out and teaching me a lot. We are talking about doing an event together in February. So as that gets closer, I'll give you more information about that, but that's going to be a really fun event. And that'll be exciting. Heather's been really great. She got me to join her Patreon's group. I shouldn't say she got me to, but she invited me to join. And I've never done a Patreon's group. I've heard that a lot, but I didn't know what it was. So I really did want to join a Patreon. And when she invited me, I was like, okay. And I've made the best group of friends. And we did so many Zoom calls. You guys, I think that's how I finished my project so quick. I started on the 1st and ended on the 4th, is because we did these Zoom calls where we would just sat and talk to each other and diamond painted. And I learned so much from Heather and all of the gang. So we call it the Diamond Painting Tribe. I think that's the name Heather came up with. And it's really fun. I've really enjoyed it. So over the summer, or over the weekend, we didn't Zoom, and I was really sad. But, you know, everybody has their lives, and everybody's got things going on. Go figure. And so I didn't get a lot of Zoom time. So I just listened to my music and watched some Walking Dead and listened to or watched YouTube. So on YouTube, I've been watching some creators. I've also been watching Don't laugh, please. I know I'm a nerd. I've been listening to Stories of Art, and I can't even pronounce the name of the guy that talks, but the YouTube channel is called Stories of Art. And I found him through when I was doing Flaming June for Summer with the Masters. I wanted to get some information about Flaming June, and when I was researching it, his channel popped up and I watched it. And then I started watching other pieces of art that he has stories for. And I've watched him. I really get I find enjoyment out of watching him. And then the other thing I've been watching, actually it's more like listening to while I diamond paint, but it is on YouTube, is called the Frick Collection. And most of you probably know what that is, but they do lectures about old masters pieces of art, and I find it so amazingly interesting. Because if you haven't watched my post review of Flaming June, I used to go to art museums. I used to really enjoy learning about art. And I gave that up when I became a mom, and it's kind of like one of those things that I was like, oh, I used to really be into this. Whatever happened? And so, yeah, that's been fun to listen to some of that, and they have a lot of interesting facts about artwork. So, and then I listened to Mr. Ballin. He does strange, dark, and mysterious stories on his channel. I really enjoy him and his podcasts. I listen to that quite often. And so does my daughter, Sydney, and we kind of talk about it with each other. So there's been a few stories that were really dark that kind of gave me the chills when I was diamond painting late at night. Anyway, so that's good. And then I listened to Nick Crawley also, who is kind of the same. So I really like listening to both of those. I've been watching The Walking Dead a lot. I'm on season 9. You guys, it's been a bit since I went back and rewatched all of the episodes, and I feel like there's stuff that went on that I don't remember, or episodes that I don't remember seeing. I know I've probably seen them, I just don't remember actually watching them. So I've gone back and I'm rewatching that. That's really good. I'm on season 9 right now. I'm halfway through season 9. And then I've also been watching, now this is a bit controversial and I don't want it to reflect negatively on anyone or anything, but there is a documentary on Netflix called The Staircase, and it is the Michael Peterson story. His wife Kathleen died, and there was a lot of speculation on whether or not she was murdered. And so I've watched The Staircase before and really found it intriguing. So I decided to watch it again. I can't remember what reminded me of it, but I got thinking about it and wanted to go back and rewatch it. So anyway, if you've seen it or you do watch it, please let me know your thoughts privately, because I would really like to know what everyone else thinks when they watch it. But it's really, really interesting. I go back and forth about how I feel about it. So anyway, then I've also been watching a series called, what is the name of it? Sorry. When Missing Turns to Murder. That's the name. And it is an episode. It's a series with episodes, and every episode is a new story. And I really like that. So that's true stories about missing people. So that is about it in my life. This week, yeah, I've got the concert, and then what you will see on the channel is I've got to do an unboxing, and I also have a couple of post reviews to do. So watch for those this week, and that's about it. So I'm going to wrap up so that I can get this exported on my phone and it won't be too long. But I'm going to try to figure that out so that I'm not rushing my WIP and chats in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are doing very well and have a great night. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.